have little goose things now. Awesome. Hello everyone. Welcome back to, I think it's the 4th episode now, of post-internship interview. I haven't really talked about much of my internship because there was like a little something in my contract signing, whatever, that I can't leak company whatever, like company files and stuff. So I was trying to be private about that, but I don't know what I do, so I'm just gonna tell y'all. Last episode I mentioned CAD, 3D CAD, and that kind of plays into my internship because I talked about like a jack stand or jack, whatever, for a nut welder. Well, the company I have to, well, new parts intern, so pretty much I'm in new parts, whatever goes on, like say a jack stand for a nut welder, or like right now what I'm currently working on is a printer holder for assembly, because the way that I have it, the way it is now, they have a cart with the printer on it, and it's pretty much wedged against the cage for the 6-axis robot that they have to pick up the assembled frame. And in between the workers, so whenever they need to place something, so it's on the right side, so if they need to place something, say on the back, a stick up on the back right corner of the frame, subframe, all of it is subframe, no actual frames, so back right corner of the subframe, they gotta lean to the right, which goes in, which pretty much has the hip into that cart that the printer is on. So what I designed is, it's either 3mm or 1/8 inch, and I don't know what we're gonna fully use, but it's gonna be one of those two. Those are, I'm gonna talk imperial right here. It's basically 1,000 or so, and all it is just structure. So have to one fixed place, so it's going in between the post. Weld coupling nuts on it to mount it, gas struts to have the hinge plate hinge the printer so it clearances the post that the 6-axis cage is around. But going back to what my internship is, it's pretty much projects like that, because other than introductions on the first day, I had to create, I think it was an M16 electrode that would fit on a nut welder, because I don't know what the full reason was, but he was just testing my CAD skills, and I mentioned Onshape last episode as well, and that's the CAD software I'm used to. He had me do Autodesk Fusion. It was either Autodesk Fusion or Autodesk Inventor. And I'm pretty sure it was Fusion. I don't really like Fusion. Other than the analysis stuff, I don't really like it. But I use Onshape for my internship, so one, it's free, and I still use my school email for the subscription, pretty much, which Onshape is basically free, but with student subscription, it allows me to have private access with a little bit of more advanced features, and with that, it allows me to create all that stuff. Other than just a free subscription, just public library, pretty much all that. So I use Onshape for my internship instead of Autodesk Fusion or Autodesk Inventor, because both are paid platforms. Paid platforms. It's hard to talk about while driving, and I normally either just sit in silence or listen to music. And it's just basic stuff. That basic-ish stuff. So beginning of the year, semester, year, whatever, started in January. That's whenever I started doing this. Started in January. First thing they had me to do was create an electrode and a guide pin. And then later make another guide pin that was a hybrid of what they had, which was straight up and then rounded top, but they wanted the same lengthish of the pin, but with a shoulder, so it goes up 45-degree chamfer and then back up again, and then a pointed nose instead of just a rounded nose. Pointed rounded nose, that's what it is. And with a pointed rounded nose, it allows the welding nut to sit on the part, and basically it helps it weld it better. It's a sensor, pretty much. Had to do that for my first little project. And then it went to I think it was the jack stand next. Then now it's the printer. So basically I'm just helping the company with with problems that they have that they haven't gotten to yet. So basically, that's what I do. I help the company that they haven't gotten to projects that they haven't gone to. So, because today I pretty much finished that printer. All I have to do is build it with one of my coworkers because I don't know how to use tooling, and machinists know it's like what 500 foot-pounds. I don't even know. A lot of torque that can rip your arms off, because the guy I work with, he's pretty much my mentor. Told me a story about a Delta machinist, Delta Airlines machinist. I think he got his glove caught, and it pretty much made a 45-degree angle out of his fingers that were pretty much ripped off. Gruesome picture to paint, but you can use your imagination. It's pretty bad. But I have learned stuff from doing my internship. Like recently, well, beginning of the year, that guide pin, it was all pretty much 90 degrees, no fillets or whatever. And my mentor was like, told me that fillets help spread out the force of the load, which keeps longevity in that piece. And recently I watched a video about 5 things that design engineers need to know that colleges don't teach you, and one of them was fillets, because fillets are able to distribute the load. I don't know what the analysis is. I haven't really looked into that graph, but the analysis pretty much showed pretty much a force graph, and how the load was distributed between a 90-degree corner and a 90-degree square corner and a 90-degree filleted corner. And I thought that was interesting because it seems more basic just to do non-rounded stuff, but it seems like there's cops at that gas station. Ooh, Corvette. At that gas station. Like 4 cops I can see. And yeah, something happened because they're walking around getting people's whatever. Thinks, wow, this 350 over here with the trailer pulled up all the way to the crosswalk right here, and it looks like it's got the 8-foot bed and extended cab, double cab, one of those two. Cabs are hard because it's between different things. So with that, with me learning, oh wow, with me learning about the fillet, new designs that I've done, I've incorporated fillets as structural means. Now, one thing I really want to do is for this car in the back, if I take a turn a little hard, quotation marks are necessary. It's a hard hat. So whenever I go out on the floor, I have that in the back of my trunk. So my hard hat, my bag, I got 2 bags, one for work, one for school. My hard hat and glasses, safety glasses, and 2 jackets. The jacket stays still because it's pretty much cloth on cloth. But cloth on rubber, cloth on cloth. Both. It's a little bit of both. And with that, the jacket stays still. But you got my bags. They're like all the way for my bags and work stuff. Just all the way forward, to the left, to the right, all over the place. And at first it was kind of funny, but recently I just started getting annoyed. So I was thinking of measuring my trunk and designing a wooden pallet that pulls out. My friend has created one for his truck, but they were more like drawers, and I want a pallet. I wish I have a 3D printer. If I'm able to get my hands on a 3D printer, I would, but you have like, what's going on over there? Dowels or whatever, running along by a set distance, so it's pretty much red, kind of like Battleship. And then create 3D print boxes so I can put my things in those boxes to help me. And all I really need to have for that is money. Always problem. Money, material, and tools. Tools are a little because one is 3D printer, but the second one is handsaw or circular saw. And I think I have those, but I think it might be burnt out. So if y'all want to see me create it, I can. Like, design it, and then see if I can save up enough money for the materials. But that's pretty much it for this episode, just talking about what I do at my internship. We kind of